was the person who has inspired you, and how did he inspire you?
Okay, so the person who inspired me was Kalpana Chawla. She is a very famous astronaut. You must have heard her name.
How do you prioritize and manage tasks when faced with multiple responsibilities?
So when the pilot came, like he was one of the senior most pilot in our squadron. We say it a squadron. So he came. He was like surprised to see me there working alone because rest everyone was reaching. And being an officer, it is not my job to do it. Like I have people under me. I have to supervise them. Like they do it on time. But when such situation comes, you have to put your rank aside or put your seniority aside, right? Because you cannot wait that he will come, he will draw the tool, or she will draw and she will only do it because I am senior. How can I do it? No. So this is another good trait of mission got completed. We had a fall in that assembly, like that pilot called me and he told me, and there were like 100 of men standing, and he told me like, you have such a leader. She was the first to reach. She was doing that. So you should learn from her and you should feel that you are working under her. So this obviously helps you keeping your morale very, very high. This is my picture. So their oxygen levels are very low. So you need to wear this mask which gives you oxygen. I have taken from helicopter. So you can see there's just white color or brown color. These two colors only you have to see.
I want to ask you, when you came to know that you are selected to work in the Air Force, how you felt at that moment? आपने अपने family and friends के साथ वो moment कैसे share किया?
First year of training, there was no phone.
Okay.
For 1 year, you have to stay without phone.
So no contact with the family at all?
You have to write letters, and they can also send you letters. I have these many letters with me. My college friends have written me letters. My parents have written me, and when now I read those letters, like they are beautiful memories which I have. To show to the complete nation that what all war capabilities we have developed, okay, where we are improving upon. Because I think this is the one occasion where you see your forces live. Like if you sit on the Rajpath, here you can see like people, they are stuck in a flood below. So they are dropping material. There are so many things which we drop, right? Which people need in just sustaining the basic needs. So these are being dropped by helicopter.
Thank you so much.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll meet soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello everyone. Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
So I am Sqdn Leader Neha Rathi.
Hello, ma'am. I'm
Hi.
Aanya. I study in 5th grade and I am 9 years old, and I would like to ask you that who was the person who has inspired you, and how did he inspire you?
Okay. So the person who inspired me was Kalpana Chawla. She is a very famous astronaut. You must have heard her name. Initially, like I used to follow her. I used to get very much motivated by seeing her pictures, the work she has done for country. So I will say she is the one who inspired me to join forces. Although she is not into forces, but like she was my role model. And another one is Kiran Bedi. I used to follow Kiran Bedi ma'am also a lot.
So where did you get to know about them?
Okay, about Kalpana Chawla, I got to know from news, from TV, because when I used to study in school, there were no phones, there were no social media platforms. So whatever comes in the news. But yes, after seeing her in the news, I got to know, okay, girls are doing this much great jobs. Because in school, we see teachers. In our normal life, we see like shopkeepers, or we see senior girls who are studying in college or something. But profession wise, we don't get opportunity to interact or to see such people, or especially such women. So she was the one. And another one, Kiran Bedi. Kiran Bedi, I got to know through her novels. I read her autobiography, and from that I got inspired that there are ladies in forces who are doing wonders.
Great inspiration, ma'am.
How do you prioritize and manage tasks when faced with multiple responsibilities?
Okay. For this, I will say very good question you have asked, because there are so many things, like you are doing this, you are doing that. So it is very important to prioritize things. What is important, what is of least importance, what is of most importance, right? So how do I prioritize? I always carry one notepad or one diary with me. Daily morning when I reach office, I just sit for 10 minutes and I write down everything, what is there in my head for today. Okay. When I write those things, then I mark some red color star or some circle, like this is of topmost priority. Okay. So for example, like I have got a mission tomorrow, we have to fire rockets from our helicopter. So if I will not start working on it now, I will get late tomorrow, right? So that comes on first priority. So what I do, I write all the things in my diary, then I prioritize those things. And same way, like when I go back home, I just tick those activities. Every time it is not like mandatory, like I tick all of them. If I have written 10, maybe I will put tick mark on 5, 6, or sometimes 2. That also happens. But yes, prioritizing and writing, it helps a lot. So even for you guys also, like there are so many things which you do in a day, or so many activities which you are involved, right? But the best way is to write things. You write it, then you put something which motivate you, some sign or anything, and then you can just change the color, like green color when it is done. Okay, it helps you a lot. And when you are in some meeting or you are doing anything, that time it is a ready reckoner for you, like you have everything written in your front, because after 1 month it may not be necessary that you remember everything. So you have that master book with you to remember each and everything. And it also helps, like it saves your time in repetition of job. Like if you have worked on some exercise or anything today, but 6 months later again you have to work same time, same type of thing, or you have to work in similar manner, so you can just open that diary. You can see, okay, these were the steps which I have taken, now it will help me saving my time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Like, what is your strongest discipline living in the as a Indian Air Force officer
Okay.
and in like general life?
Okay. So, yes, the role of discipline, it is there. It is like one of the first priority thing in my life, being in the armed forces, because if aircraft has to take off at 6 o'clock, then it has to take off at 6. It cannot be 6:01. Okay. So that is the importance of discipline. So it works backward. Like I have to reach office at 4, so I have to reach at 4. I cannot say like, okay, I got a 5 minutes late. Okay, so today my uniform I couldn't prepare, so I have come in like t-shirt and jeans. No. Okay. So discipline is like the first priority. Yes, sometimes I also feel, okay, today I don't want to get up. But the job which you are doing, that keeps you going on and that keeps you motivating. For example, I'll tell you one story. I remember in Srinagar only, I have so many stories of Srinagar, because that was a CI area, we call counter insurgency area. Like there are a lot of conflicts which are every time going on in that area, right? You see Jammu and Kashmir, it is always in news for some or the other attacks or something. So that was like my busiest tenure. So the pilot came, like he was one of the senior most pilot in our squadron. We say it a squadron. So he came. He was like surprised to see me there working alone, because rest everyone was reaching. And being an officer, it is not my job to do it. Like I have people under me, I have to supervise them. That like they do it on time. But when such situation comes, you have to put your rank aside, or put your seniority aside, right? Because you cannot wait that he will come, he will draw the tool, or she will draw and she will only do it because I am senior, how can I do it? No. So this is another good trait of good leader. So as a woman in armed forces, this these things, like they really helped me going ahead with the pride. Because when the mission got completed, We had a fallen, like we say when in school you have like assembly. So we have, after every mission we have assembly, and there we address what went wrong, what could have been better, or how was the mission. So in that assembly, like that pilot called me and he told all the men, there are no girls under me. So till now in defense forces, woman is there in the officer position only, okay, not below that. So he called me and there were like 100 of men standing, and he told me like, you have such a leader, she was the first to reach, she was doing that, so you should learn from her and you should feel that you are working under her. So this obviously helps you keep keeping your morale very very high. And this is like just one example. There are many examples which we face in daily life. So yes, if discipline is not there, you will not be able to be a leader, because there are so many people who are looking up to you. Okay, if you are reaching late by 5 minutes, so 100 of people are waiting for you. If you have to address anything, or if you have to tell them some job, so you have to be on time. So discipline, yes, it plays a very important role. And another thing is taking lead in every job. Okay, so yes, these two things were there. I hope I have answered your question. Yes, okay.
Yes, thank you.
Please tell any instance where you had to take tough decision in high pressure.
Okay, so yes, in forces there are many instances where you have to take tough decisions. Okay, so I will start with one of the instance. Okay, so there's a place in Jammu and Kashmir only, which is called 𝐀𝐢𝐫. I don't think you must have heard about it. I'll show the pictures also of that place. Okay, so in that place, what happens when helicopter flies? They have to fly with very like considering very much details of speed of air. Okay, you have seen the aircraft flying in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So when we go to that area, in that area the speed of air is very high, like जैसे आंधी चलती है ना, उससे भी
Yes,
तेज.
ma'am.
And that is a routine there. Okay, so one day what happened, when we were coming back from our work, helicopter was coming back, so winds reached like 80-90 knots. It is very high speed. Okay, so we were not able to receive the helicopter. When you land on airport, there is a person who receives the aircraft, who shows the pilot with his hand indications or anything. So we were not able to do that. And the helicopter was just swinging in the air. Okay, so it was a very high pressure moment, like how to get that aircraft down on ground. You will be worried, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So in that instance, like I gathered all my team. Okay, we were also not able to walk. We were very scared that how this helicopter will land on ground. Okay, so we gathered all our equipments, all our cables to tie it to the ground. And I think this was one of the toughest time when I had to take quick decisions, like without getting nervous, I have to lead the team. Okay, so there we went. The helicopter landed not on the same location where we usually land. It landed on some different location. We took all our material and manpower there, and then we helped that helicopter in landing, and it landed safely. So it gave me a very good sense of achievement also, that okay, we have done this task. So kids, this is the place which I was mentioning. This is 𝐀𝐢𝐫. 𝐀𝐀𝐢𝐫 is transit halt of Indian soldiers en route. So whenever soldiers go to Siachen Glacier, okay, it is a there's a glacier in India which is named as Siachen Glacier. So this is the place where they take a halt, or they acclimatize themselves. It is ahead of Leh. Whenever you go for a trip to Leh or mountains, you need 1 or 2 days of time to acclimatize your body, or to get your body used to that place. So when soldiers go to Siachen, they are very highest mountain peak in India. Okay, not in India, like where we operate, that is highest for us. So there they take a halt at this place. So you can see at this place there are no trees, no animals, and you cannot see people also. So this is the place which I was mentioning just before. Is at this place we had to land the helicopter. So when winds flow due to tunnel effect of the mountains, the winds take a very high speed, and it is very difficult for the pilot also to land at such high speeds and going against the wind. And this is my picture. So their oxygen levels are very low, so you need to wear this mask which gives you oxygen every time, because as such it is at 10,000 feet, and when you go in air you are increasing the level. So as the altitude increasing, the oxygen level goes down. This is a picture which I have taken from helicopter. So you can see there's just white color or brown color. These two colors only you have to see for during your operations. So this helicopter, we have modified it. We have opened the door at the back so that we can throw food or clothes or whatever the soldiers need there.
So, Neha, I have a question. Is the picture before, is this the picture of Siachen Glacier?
Yes, this is Siachen Glacier. The valley, this is in Siachen Glacier.
Okay. All right.
And this is how it looks like snow and snow. So after 15 days you feel like seeing different colors because you just see two colors there. So you miss home because of color blindness. Like you feel only two colors are there in the nature. This is a temple there which is called OP Baba Mandir. This is a very famous temple there. And whenever troops go to Siachen Glacier, they believe that there was a soldier named OP Baba. So they just pay like their prayers to this temple to get their mission successful. And they believe, like it is a kind of belief that if they don't go to this temple, then their operation will not be successful. So it is a belief they follow. So I visited this temple. He is my colleague. So he is a pilot. So you can see this is the uniform which we wear. Okay. This is a dress which we wear while we work.
How hard is it to practice flying helicopters in the Air Force?
Ma'am, he is saying that how hard is it flying helicopters in the Air Force?
Okay. Okay. So Amaulik, nothing is hard. If you want to learn anything, then it is easy after that. But yes, learning part is hard. So when the person who flies helicopter in Air Force, they are given training for 3 years, 2 to 3 years generally. So that is a quite long time. So if you have done your training well, whatever your teachers are teaching you during your training, like you have teachers, we also have teachers during our training period. So there are teachers who teach us to how to fly helicopter. Okay. So whenever we go in helicopter, there are two pilots. One is teacher and one is student. So it is hard, yes, but if you are learning the way the teacher is teaching you, he will tell you all the procedures. He will tell you what actions to be taken in what all emergencies. So that way you can learn, and then it is easy. Once you learn a thing, then you have to practice it.
Did
Right?
you start your journey on the Air Force?
Okay, I started my journey in Air Force in 2014. January 2014, I got commissioned, and now it's been 10 years.
And ma'am, I would like to ask you that in your journey in the Air Force, what all problems did you face?
Okay, so problems I will tell to all the students. I think that will be better. Okay, so armed forces are like if you Google which is the toughest job in the world. So armed forces come in top one or two. Like I think it is on the first number. So the toughest job is armed forces. So you cannot say these were problems. They were like challenges. So this is one kind of job where you cannot work for money, or you cannot work for making profit or something. Nothing is related to money there. It is just to save your country, just to train your people, and to be a good leader. That is the primary, and that is the first thing. And another beautiful thing of forces is that you always work in a team. Nothing you say that I have done this, or I have made this ready, or I have flown this helicopter. No, there's always a big team involved for every mission. So yes, challenges, if you ask me, okay, challenges like when I operate in very high altitude. So challenges of clothing are there. If you wear 10 sweaters also, you will feel cold. So this is like one problem, I will say. And if the dress which you wear, if you want to use washroom, then you have to remove each sweater. So that is the biggest problem I used to face. Okay, because in such high altitude you have different kind of clothing. Normal clothes won't work there. The lowest temperature which we goes there is -30. So if you sit inside your fridge for a whole day, when we touch the helicopter in the morning, like we used to prepare helicopter at 4 in the morning. That is like peak of chill factor. So when you touch the metal, your body is warm. The metal is at -30. So sometimes your skin may get stick to the metal. That is another challenge, like which we used to face. And other challenge which is there is like it is not a job where you can sit and work. You have to keep moving whole day. You cannot like be indoor, you have to be outdoor. It is a totally field job or operations job. Okay, so that is another challenge of this job. And what else, we have to study a lot. I used to think that after completing my school and college, now I'll not study anything, but no. I had to study a lot because if you are working on such a complex machine, helicopter is there are two kinds of aircraft. One is helicopter, one is fixed wing fighters, or the one which in which we fly, transport aircraft.
Also, then you can show the picture of the two so that kids can
Okay,
see the difference.
this is the helicopter, okay, on which we work. So to work on such a complex machine, so you can see there are blades which are rotating. Okay, there is a these three tires which you can see. These are landing gears which you see in your aircraft when you fly from one place to another. So when it lands, suddenly you feel the jerk. So in helicopter, these are the landing gears. This is the fuel tank which is outside, like capsule shape, you can see.
Yeah.
This is a fuel tank. So the fuel is there. Another challenge that you have to work hard.
Those are really big challenges. It must have been hard for you to do it when you first joined it.
Okay. During when I joined initially, the biggest challenge was my training. So in training, we used to get up at 4 in the morning. Then we used to go for our PT or run, or we used to practice firing. Like they teach us how to fire a gun, how to do parade. So this was the challenging part initially, because when we are in school or college, we are never used to this routine. And then you have to have meals on time. You have to keep all your uniforms spick and span, like they should be shining, they should not have any spots. Okay, so the way you wear your school uniform, we also wear uniform, so you have to keep it very like gracefully. It should look good on you. Yes. So during training, these are the challenges which I have overcome by learning. That is the only way. If you run away from something, nothing will come out. There will be no output. So whenever I was in training, I used to learn these things, and now they are part of my routine. Like I don't find them challenging anymore.
Is the main reason you wanted to work in the Air Force?
All right.
Okay. 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 So main nationalism, I can say, or patriotism, like that is the only feel like you can directly contribute to your country. Other fields are also there, like if you are a computer engineer or you are a teacher, you are contributing to your country, no doubt. But like for saving your country.
Right.
So when you sing national anthem in school, or when you see your flag, like you must be feeling very good. There is a different kind of pride or sensation which you feel in your body, right?
Yeah.
So that pride and that feeling was there, which made me like inclined towards forces.
Wonderful.
And another important thing that I never wanted to do a sitting job. Another reason.
I want to ask you, when you came to know that you are selected to work in the Air Force, how you felt at that moment? आपने अपने फैमिली एंड फ्रेंड्स के साथ वो मोमेंट कैसे शेयर किया?
Okay. So when you go for the selection procedure, like for there is one written exam first. So when I gave written exam, the exam got cleared. That time I was like, okay, but SSB is the main procedure. Like it is a 5 day 5 day program in which you go, and during the first day there is again a written test. If you clear that test, then only you can go further. So after those 5 days, for those 5 days, you are not allowed to keep any phone or any mobile phone with you. You don't have any connection with your family. So first thing, when I continued for second day, my parents got to know, okay, she is selected on the first day, so she is going further. But there was no contact. And after fifth day, when the result was announced, so mine was the first name. My chest number was 16. So I remember, I think there were total four people who were selected, four women officers, and I was not expecting my name when they announced, okay, chest number 16. So I turned around and I looked at, okay, they're calling me. So that was my reaction. And then I called up my parents, and obviously they were very happy. And that is how I told them about my selection. One more thing, that during my training also, during my first year of training, there was no phone.
Okay.
For 1 year, you have to stay without phone.
So no contact with the family at
You
all?
you have to write letters, and they can also send you letters. And otherwise, we have STD booths there where like you get 2 minutes or 3 minutes, because the line is very long, because everybody wants to talk to their family. So it is like, hello, I'm fine. Okay, I'm keeping my phone. I'm getting late. That's it. So I have these many letters with me. My college friends have written me letters. My parents have written me. And when now I read those letters, like they are beautiful memories which I have.
True, true, true. How amazing.
Yes.
Ma'am, so as you told that you joined the force 10 years ago, so are the memories of the first day, the selection day, still fresh in your mind? And do the letters help in recalling the memories and that all?
Yes, yes, they are very much fresh in my mind. I even remember the stories which I have written. Like there is one test in which they show you picture. It is an like cognitive test, you can say. So I do remember the stories also which I have written after seeing those pictures. It is like they give you just 1 minute, just see the slide and write one story about it, and then they study your psychology based on that story what you have made. So like one story I can share, there was a picture which they showed me, like one very old lady coming out of a building. Two people were holding her. So when I came out of that room and I asked other children that what you have written, so someone was saying we have written that lady is coming from hospital. Some said she's very ill, she's going to take medicines. Two people are holding her because she's not able to walk. The story which I had written, that I will share. So I saw it like she's a senior most lady of a village. She's in panchayat, you say sarpanch of a village, and she has voting machines are introduced in that village first time. So she is the one who has gone to the office, government office, and learned how to vote. And now she's coming out of that office, and now she will teach the whole village how to vote. And that is how I perceived that picture. So this is how, like, I remember all the stories. I can share lots of them. So just telling you, whenever you see anything, there are two sides of it, like positive, negative. But that time I was not aware that what I am writing, but that clicked in my mind. So that means I took it in a positive way. But when I heard of other stories, okay, hospital, but it didn't came to my mind also, right?
Oh, nice.
That's a unique observation.
Yes,
Voting.
that may be the reason why I cleared first day. Now I feel. Huh. So these are my medals which I have earned in my 10 years. So you can see different colors. This first one is green, then another color of strips, then blue with the mountains. So these are like when you operate in forest area, you get this green medal. When you operate in high altitude area, you get this medal with the mountains. Okay. So these are my achievements. And when you put them on your uniform, you feel like good. Yes. And you feel motivated also.
Oh, nice.
There are people who have 20 years of service or 30. They have two, and when you are so junior you have six. So that is another good way of motivation. Yes. And which shows that yes, you have worked for them.
Which means as many medals a person achieves is rewarded with, they put all of them on the uniform.
Yes, like if I have 10, I will put 10 on my uniform.
But then how will there be space? I think everything is put on shoulders, no?
No, this we put on our chest like here, but there is a miniature version also. Like this one is called ceremonial. When we attend some ceremonial thing like any parade or anything official, then we wear these. Otherwise, in routine, we just wear a strip, a small strip which shows all these medals. So this picture I wanted to show you. This is a picture of Republic Day parade. So this is one of the most important part of our job. Like whenever you have to learn things like team work, leadership, and everything. So parade plays a very important role in maintaining your discipline, your leadership style, how you behave in a team. So this is one very important thing which we learn in forces. And anyone tell me what is the like importance of this parade? Why do we do this parade every year on 26th January? Any guesses?
Ma'am, it keeps the synchronization of all the army people, and they make them as a team. They work as a team.
Yes, it is there. Plus, to show to the complete nation that what all war capabilities we have developed, okay, where we are improving upon. Because I think this is the one occasion where you see your forces live. Like if you sit on the Rajpath where the sitting arrangement is done, so people get opportunity to see their soldiers. Otherwise, in routine, you cannot like meet them, right? They operate from very far off places. So another importance of this is to show the war capabilities to India, to the complete nation, to the people outside forces, and to give them opportunity to see how their country is progressing from defense side, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this was my one question, but now I'll show you. So has anyone seen helicopter with twin rotors, double rotors?
Yes, ma'am. I've seen.
Okay, you have seen. So this is one of the helicopter which is there in Indian Air Force. This is called Chinook. Okay, you can read about it from Google also. So you can see this, like if there is anything in the mountains, like you have to lift any tower. You have seen like telephone towers in very far flung areas also, or something like in a far off village there is some house or something operating from there. So these helicopters help in those missions also. See, they are lifting one big box. That box might be containing some material which needs to be transported in hilly area, which is not possible by road. So these helicopters perform these tasks also. Here you can see that when we help people who are stuck in floods or who are stuck in some earthquake or any natural calamity like we had seen in Uttarakhand, Himachal. So this is how you can see the rear view. This is the rear view of helicopter. They are dropping grains, rice, wheat to the people who are stuck there. Okay, so these are called like humanitarian assistance, which we provide. Here you can see like people they are stuck in a flood below, so they are dropping material. There are so many things which we drop, right? Which people need in just sustaining the basic needs. So these are being dropped by helicopters. This any other aircraft cannot do.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, how are these products being reached to the people down there?
Okay, so they earmark some coordinates, some rooftop. There they will just throw them, and then from rooftop there are teams like NDRF or other teams which are working below also. So they will just keep distributing them.
Okay.
ma'am, don't people get hurt when they are on the roof while they're like putting it down there?
No, it is done in a very planned manner. Like nobody will be available there during that time, and like helicopter will hover at fixed place. It will not move. So the drops will be very streamlined. It is not like anywhere or anytime they'll drop. It is a very planned and coordinated activity. Okay, so she is my daughter. You
Oh,
say hello.
nice, no?
What's her
Well,
name?
Her name is Meher.
well,
Okay, she is feeling shy. I asked for 1 hour from her. So she, after completing 1 hour, she has come back.
Bye,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much,
bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll meet soon.
Yes, ma'am.